Hey guys, John Bevilacqua, broker owner of the Property Shop. I just wanted to put together this quick video to go over some stuff that we covered in the Master Marketing class for those that registered and those that you attended. This one of the big topics that people wanted to see more of was staying relevant to buyers and sellers. So we'll get right into it. So really, what do buyers want from real estate agents? Buyers want houses. So, right now, all these aggregators and syndicators have really taken away our jobs. So, I mean, most of the time you guys are probably experienced that buyers are coming directly to you with, hey, I want to see these 5 houses, like open the door. And, that's what we've become is door openers. And we're not demonstrating value to the buyers that's allowing us to get them to sign an agreement or asking for a more of a commission. So our job now needs to give them access to stuff that they can't get themselves on Zillow or Realtor.com or Homes.com. So offer them expired listings, cancels, pre-foreclosures, builder closeouts, for sale by owners and coming soons, and using predictive analytic programs to show them stuff that they just can't get access to. That's really where the rubber meets the road for us as a buyer agent, to show people that we aren't just door openers and that we do provide a service. And that's getting them access to homes they would not usually get off online resources. Number 2, negotiator. Proving that you are a skilled negotiator by presenting your list price ratio for clients versus the average agents. People want, if you're going to go out to a buyer and you're going to show them that you want to represent them and get them a deal on a property, you got to show them that you're a skilled negotiator. And really having a game plan behind that negotiation is going to win you over to the client. And, quite frankly, having some statistics to back that up. In other words, hey, let's take the last 5 or 6 homes that I bought and how much of a percentage was I able to save to the client. So maybe it's 5, 6, 7, 8% off a list price, which will equate to a dollar amount of value. Maybe you're saving people between $5,000 and $7,000 on a purchase, and putting some sort of proposition behind that and say and telling the buyer, say, listen, if I can save you $5,000 to $7,000, if I'm not able to save you $5,000 to $7,000 on the sale of the house, maybe I'll give you give you $500 or $1,000 cash back at the closing. So you're demonstrating to them that you can negotiate, you can get them a savings off the home. So having those statistics handy and knowing what your price ratios are versus the average agent is going to win them over and really bring to the table your relevance. Also, representation and expert advice. If you're not out there using some sort of sales aid or buyer presentation, then you're missing the mark here, because you've got an opportunity to demonstrate your value, sitting them down and saying, listen, this is everything that I'm going to do for you, and exactly how I'm going to do it, and articulating them your value through a sales presentation. Not only are you going to be able to possibly ask for more commission at the end of the presentation, but all the guessing work goes out the window, because you've showed them exactly what you're going to do for them. And it's going to be much easier for them to sign a buyer broker agreement after you've gone through a presentation like that. So you can do this digitally, you can do it old school, print the book out, but having the presentation is a must. If you guys are out there winging it, it's going to be tough for you to win over buyers and treat your buyers like you would a listing. I mean, you should have agreements in place with buyers, so at any given time you can look in a folder and say, wow, I'm working with 5 signed buyers right now. And you're going to work hard for those people because they've committed to you. And expert advice really comes from knowing your numbers and knowing the market, and being able to answer the burning question, how's the market? I mean, if you guys can't answer that question in your particular sub-market area that you're working, or your farming area, I mean, that question is going to get brought up pretty much every single time. So let's talk about sellers really quickly. How to stay relevant to a seller. Quite frankly, sellers want buyers and buyers want houses. That's it. The main reason they need a real estate real estate agent is to find them a buyer because they can't find themselves, especially for sale by owners, because they think they can do it, but quite frankly, it looks easier than it is. Marketing strategy. I mean, that's a huge way to really show a seller your value is in showing them you're a marketer, not just a facilitator that's going to run somebody through a transaction. I mean, an attorney can do that, guys, right? Our job is to, to have multiple channels to market their property and not just put it in the MLS, throw up for sale sign in the front lawn and wait for somebody to show up. That's not going to be enough to convince a seller why they should work with you. Using targeted marketing based on historical data. Again, knowing your market. Using online versus digital versus offline marketing, because we already know that 93% of buyers start looking online. So if you're, telling your sellers that you're going to advertise it in the newspaper, I mean, it looks good. They think that that's real marketing, but you guys know if you don't have a Facebook or Google pay-per-click or some sort of digital strategy to back up your marketing, you're just not going to be relevant. Maybe not in their eyes, but to you selling the property. Buyers in waiting is a huge one, guys. If you've got a contact management system, I mean, we have about 5,500 buyers in our database right now, and show them that proof that, do a match with your buyers in your database to the property that you're trying to list, and then showing the buyers that match their criteria to the home buyer's acquisition. That's huge. Just walking in a listing presentation with that information in hand is definitely going to be a sales point for you guys to touch on. And negotiation strategy, again, guys, we negotiate for a living. That's what we do. If you can't prove you have a strategy to negotiate, then you're going to be out of a job, and the best way to do that is again having a seller presentation handy, and then we'll cover on the next segment using a unique selling proposition to win over sellers. So I just wanted to make that quick. I went over a little time than I wanted to, but hopefully you guys find this helpful, and call me. Let me know if you have any questions, and talk soon.